Welcome to this week's Ask Me Anything. Guys, super excited for this week as usual because like I said, like I always say, we never know who's on the other side. Now, this person has actually sent me a long message, but those of you who know me know that I'm not so good reading so much text. I get a headache from it, so I'm better calling. So I'm just going to call this person. Where am I going to call? It's in the US somewhere. I don't know where, but we're going to call. And her name is Ruby. Very careful now when I say her and him because these names sometimes they really confuse me. Okay, let's go for this one. Ruby.
Hello?
Hello, Ruby.
Hi.
This is Erico.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. First off, welcome to the Amma Show. So, yeah, it's all yours. Where am I calling, by the way? Am I calling the US?
Yes. I'm
Nice.
actually in Colorado right now.
Oh, nice. Okay, anyway, it's all yours. The show's all yours. You get to say whatever you want to say.
Um, well, I don't know. I just had a question for you, and I don't know how to put it into words, what do you do when you're trying to do everything possible to change your life around, and you just feel like everybody's turning their backs on you, and I don't know, you just feel like all the doors close in your face. And it shouldn't matter when, it's somebody that you don't know, but what do you do when it's your family or somebody that you really love, And how do you make that not be, how do you say it, demotivational for you, to not demotivate you?
Okay, I got you.
How do you just keep pushing forward?
I got you. So, let me share something with you, and then at the end of it, you tell me whether it resonates or not. Yeah.
Right.
So, when I was growing up, I obviously living at home, and mom and dad always wanted me to be a lawyer, accountant, solicitor, and like a lot of Asian families, this is how they are. and then, um, and then I personally was not very good with qualifications in school, so I wanted to leave. And when I wanted to leave, mom was very upset. Dad was very upset. And I said, I want to do my own thing, Dad was angry. Mom was just crying because she was sick and worried, And so that was the whole transition. It was very hard for me. I have a lot of friends today who are stuck in a similar family situation where they say, Eric, they all say to me today, they say, Eric, it's easy for you, you get to do what you want to do. Like I have to, my family don't support, me to do anything else, and they want me to stay here and all the rest of it. So they feel stuck. Now, the reality is I don't believe that I got lucky or anything, because, and I was actually teaching about this just 2 days ago at an event in London. And I was saying, to any order, there's always chaos. This is science, by the way. This is science. This is how nature is, It's always chaos to order. What does that mean? It means that if we want a new life, a new way of living, a whole, let's say we want to go from negative to positive, or we want to better our lives, that means we want new order. Now, for new order to happen, there always has to be chaos first before it gets to order. So
it's like the storm before the calm.
Yeah, that's right. And there's no other way. There isn't actually, some people say, oh no, sometimes it can go. No, there isn't actually any other way. That is how it works. To get that quantum leap, to get that jump, that's how it works. So, what I did was I packed my. No, this isn't my advice to you. I'm just sharing with you. Please don't pack your bags and and say that Erico told you to pack your bags. Yeah, but I'm just sharing from my story so that at least you can understand a little bit more of how things work. So, basically what I did, I packed my bags and I left. And when I left, I really upset my mum. You know, she was worried sick. And my dad was just angry. So whenever he called me, I couldn't pick up because I thought he was going to kill me down the phone. You know, so I kind of left, and then I left, and mum and dad, mum, I kept speaking to, but every time I spoke to her for those, let's say 6 months to a year, she was crying every single time I picked up the phone to her. You know, dad, on the other hand, I actually, now this is also not a strategy. Believe, don't write this down, but I kind of stopped speaking to dad, for nearly a year, and you call that, I call that, I think that is chaos. But one reason why I was able to do that is not because I didn't respect them, not because I didn't love them. In fact, I loved them dearly, I did. And coming from, like I said, my upbringing, it's all about respect and respecting parents. And so,
Right.
and so it was a huge move for me. But one thing I came to understand is the perspective, because this is what I want you to get from this. Is right now, we everyone faces this. This is a very common thing that you're talking about here. Is that especially when we transition into wanting to take charge of our life, wanting to make our own decisions, do our own thing, and sometimes we can communicate this with all our friends, and sometimes they understand us, and sometimes it's the people who are closest to us, the people we care deeply for, who just don't get it, right?
Right.
And
Right.
and so but we need to understand from their perspective. Like, not
They just want the
everybody,
best for us.
yeah, so not everybody has the same awareness around things. Not everybody realize, like, for example, I knew that my mom and dad, the only reason why they wanted me to stay at home and don't do anything but just stay at home is because they want to protect me, they don't want me to go out there, get hurt, and not know how to look after myself, so it's protection.
Right.
And so if I know that, I know they're coming from a place of love, then my only question is this: what outcome do they want from me? Like, so now it's time for you to think, like, what is the best outcome they want for you, Like, at the end of it all, you'll find there is nothing but just love and happiness. Right? Love, happiness,
I
success.
mean, if I understand that, like, I know that they just want the best for us. They're parents,
Yeah. Yeah.
just like we would want the best for our
Yeah.
children, right?
Yeah.
And it's so, I mean, I get that, I do, but it's just kind of hard when you're going through it, at that point in time, and you really need somebody to lean on.
It
And I mean,
it is hard. It is hard.
right.
The thing is this, right? We need to find like, who do we lean on? We lean on those at those moments who we feel give us the strength to do what we want to do in those moments. So if it's people who don't, it doesn't matter if it's people who we care for dearly, but if they don't understand, we got to come to acceptance that, they just are not at the same level of understanding as me right now. That's all. So what does that mean? It's nothing bad. It's just everybody's on their journey, right? So
Right.
the thing is, what I had to do was I had to find a supporting group, a supporting network, a supporting environment where, hey, I feel like these people are allowing me to bring out the best out of myself, So when I changed that environment, and this is the thing, I took charge of my life. What was interesting was when I started getting all the successes, you need to understand, I mean, today, my mum and my dad, they're my biggest fans, Like, they rock up at every event I go to. I travel, I do my stuff, and they're always there. Whenever I post anything on Facebook, YouTube, they're the first to share that thing, And whenever they share it, I see it. Just the other day, my dad shared my post, and it says, this is my son, and when you
Proud of you,
and when you see that, then you start understanding, actually, at the end of it all they wanted was just for you to be successful and happy, And all they wanted was
Right.
that peace of mind. So what I say now is this, the advice I always give to people in a similar situation to this is, we do not need to fight their opinion. When we fight it, I mean, it's opinion versus opinion. You'll be fighting all day long, and it just hurts both parties, So instead of doing that,
Right.
so instead of fighting for it, it's just going to a level of understanding and just saying, hey, I love you, and I understand your perspective. and I respect your perspective. And on in your own space, right? So you should have no hate, no anger, no frustration, no you like don't even need to see it as a negativity anymore. And instead, it's kind of like, okay, it's a positive note because they care for you. I mean, how much more, how much more do we need to see love show? It's like they care for you. In that moment, we should be feeling gratitude. It's like, wow, they care for me. I mean, they're not caring for us in exactly the way we want them to, but they're caring for us. And how lucky are we to have people to care for us, right?
Right.
So instead of trying to argue the point and say that, hey, we're right and we have our opinion, instead of that, I kind of just go with it. Let them be at peace. Let them be happy. And instead of trying to tell them what we think is right and wrong, why don't we let success make the noise?
Right. Like show them that
Yeah, we don't even need to tell them that. Hey, I'll show you. We don't need to. We just do it in our time. We make that. Do you know actually? One of the biggest reasons, and I know this from my early days of doing business. One of the biggest reasons why I knew I got these different successes in different businesses was because of one stubbornness that I wanted to prove my dad that I could do it. And so the question is this: how do you change something like that, as we see as a challenge? How do we change it into a blessing and say, hey, you know what? Based on this situation right now, that's cool. That's going to fuel me to make me become this positive person, become this person who, I'm determined to make this work, and show you guys that, look, I can do this. I got this.
right. Right. I mean, it's just accepting, um, accepting their point of view and respecting it,
Yeah,
and knowing that we're all different and we're gonna have different points of view.
that's right.
And so, not to try to argue with them. That's what you're trying to say, right? Not
Yeah,
to try
don't.
to argue with them, but just let
That's
them have their point of view. I'll have mine, and then
that.
I'll
That's
get
right.
to show my fruits later on, right?
That's perfect because I mean, my master always says, love starts from self-love. You gotta still, you need to look after your energy. You can't go into those negative vibrations. So it's like, actually, in terms of parents, I mean, as much as they love me, there even till today there are different points of views at times. And even the other day, I remember I was out at a show, and then I introduced my a friend of mine who's a big influencer out there, and I introduced to my dad. And in those moments, my dad came up to me and said, Eric, this person seems a bit sneaky, and I think you should be careful of this person. There's a lot of negative energy and all this type of stuff. And he was going on and on, but this was a good friend of mine. So he's going on and on and on. And in those moments, now I've learned that if I go against that, I'm gonna get him stressed out. I'm gonna get myself stressed out, and it's just not worth the while because I love my dad so much. I just say, in moments like that, I let my dad just. When he says it, I'm just say thanks, Dad. I say thank you. you know
Right.
because it's fine, because at the end of the day, it's just opinion. It's like, well, who knows, maybe you're right. I have no need to be right. I just want to enjoy my moment with dad right now. So after
Right.
because if we don't fight it, it subsides. Not the, I mean, at the end of the day, they can't keep talking about something by themselves, for a few hours. So what actually happened was, within like 5-10 minutes, he was already sick and tired of saying the same thing, So he would stop, and it's like, hey, Dad, let's go to Starbucks, grab a coffee, It's like, and then let's enjoy our time now, So just let
Right.
let it pass. You know what you want. You know what's good for you. You know what pulls you towards things. Just do that. That's fine. But you don't need to talk about it. Don't need to fight about it.
Right. Right. I mean, and the whole thing with me was that what bothered me was my depression. My depression, like when I was in my depression mode, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I felt like I had nobody. And I know my mom. The thing that I know she loves me. She loves me so much.
Yeah.
And it's just there's I don't know. It feels horrible when you just feel like you're by yourself. And like you can't really talk to anybody because you're afraid you're gonna get judged.
Well,
You
you're
know?
talking to me.
And yeah,
there's plenty of people out there. I, you know,
right.
I went out.
But there's a difference, you know. It's like mom. It's mom, you know. There's
It's
a big difference between talking to other people. I mean, I could talk to anybody, you know. It's just the feeling of you know, mom being there, you know. I don't know. I
so
guess I don't know.
have you spoke to her from your heart before in like in this way and explained to her the whole thing?
Um, I I want to say yes, but it's probably a no.
Do you
And
know
I'm gonna say because I'm just like I said, I'm just kind of, you know, when I start talking from my heart and I start get kind of like backtracking, and
do you know
I guess
the
that's
thing is
because I don't
this
want to get hurt
the thing
or
is this
rejected.
the thing is this, Ruby, right? I was going through depression when I was 24. I hated my life
Mm-hmm.
so much. I wanted someone just to take me away. Like I didn't want to be here anymore, you know? And the thing was in those moments because I know what it feels like when we're depressed. When we're depressed, whoever wants to speak to us, I don't want to speak, you know? It's like you don't understand. It's that type of, feeling. And although sometimes we would talk, but the moment we feel that something is not like what we're thinking, we kind of just shut it down, just think, okay, well, I'm by myself again, you know? The reality is this.
Right.
The reality is that love is around us and we actually know. But how do we access the love is another question. And this is the thing where it comes from vulnerability. And that's why I asked you that
Oh
question
yeah.
before. Because let me tell you something. There's one thing that my mentor taught me many years ago, and he said that love penetrates. And what that means is the moment we can pour our heart out, pour our emotions out, like entirely, literally just speak the truth, all our feelings, all our thoughts with all love, not with anger. The moment we speak with anger, it becomes a fight, you know? If we get anger,
Oh yeah.
we get stressed. What happens is they get stressed and they start fighting and it becomes a fight. So it doesn't come on a level of understanding. Instead, it's literally speaking from the heart and just saying, do you know why like why I really want to speak to you right now? I just want to speak to you with no fighting, no argument, and I just feel like, I mean, as a parent, as my mom, I love you so much, and I want you to understand where I am right now because it would really help me as your daughter to have that love or just have a little bit of understanding from you because I feel that I'm going through life and I feel a little bit alone right now. And it's actually just you got to speak the full truth,
Right.
Because if you are able to speak from the bottom of your heart like that with no ego, with no fighting, with no resistance, heart love penetrates. It hits the heart straight away and they'll speak to you on that level, on that vibration.
Right. I mean, and I do try, like, and like I said, I found myself backtracking because maybe because I was afraid of rejection. Not maybe because I was afraid of rejection, you know.
So
And it's just like
exactly these words, what you're saying right now, you got to speak them.
right,
You got
and
to
it's
tell it.
yeah. I always thought that vulnerability was a weakness, but I learned that it was actually a strength.
It's a
It
huge
was,
strength.
yeah. So, I mean, and I'm all about love. I love love. You know, love is divine. Love comes from God, and I am very spiritual, and I love, I love God, and I believe in God.
It's
I
beautiful.
mean, it, yeah. So, I mean, it's just, who wouldn't believe that God created such beautiful things? I mean, here in Colorado, it's so beautiful. The scenery is just amazing, you know. And every time I get God wings, I like to call them God wings. And you just like ground yourself and just look at the mountains and look at the trees and just the scenery and just admire it. People forget to do that, you know. And I don't know.
You
I
got it.
have love for nature. I have love for love.
That's
But
beautiful.
I think at the point in time when it's time for me to talk about feelings, I've I've done it before and I have gotten rejected before. So, and I guess, I mean, never from my mom, but like I'm just
You're just scared.
dreading that. Yeah,
That's right.
I
But
think I'm
they
just
say
dreading
they
that.
say they say Ruby, they say 95% of the things we think about never happen, you know? We always doubt and fear things. And at the end of it, when we come to that truth, I mean, this happened with me and my parents too, you know? And when we finally pick up the
Right,
courage to actually just open up and pour our heart out, you know, we find that actually at the end of it all is just love, you know? It's the most
right.
beautiful thing of all. You know this you know this conversation we're having here. Like I can feel so much love and so much beautiful energy from your soul. You know I can feel it over on this side, and for some reason I don't believe that you spoke to your mom in this way before.
No,
And
I really haven't.
and
I really haven't. Not like this.
and I
And
feel and I
I
feel
really
that's
need
what's
to.
missing. Um, if not, you can play this video back to them. Then at least they can hear.
Right. And I will be like, Mom,
Watch
I
this
need you to
video.
hear something.
This guy told me to pack my bags and run away from home. Just to
And
confirm
I'll be
on
like,
this
oh no.
show, Erico did not say that. If Ruby does anything insane like that, that's her, not me.
Yeah,
open,
thank you
open,
so much for talking.
open your heart
Thank you
out.
for your
Open your
advice.
heart out. You got so much love inside of you. Why don't you pour it out onto the people you care for? Just go and do it. Don't
I do,
hesitate. Don't
and
think about it.
I'm going to. I'm not gonna wait for it until tomorrow. And it's like, is I just believe. I have that belief that no matter how many times you get rejected, no matter how many times people are nasty to you, or
At the end,
they betray
love
you,
will
at the
always win.
love conquers all. That's right.
You
So
got it.
you keep giving out your love, and you keep giving out love to those people, to everybody. In general, just like to everybody equally, and you will receive that love back eventually.
Exactly.
But I mean, it's not by people around you, by God.
You got it.
And that to me is very important.
Beautiful. Okay, so
Thank
you
you
go
so
out
much.
there, you go out
Bless
there, spread your love. It's been absolute pleasure to have you on the show, Ruby.
Thank you so much for
Thank,
having me, and thank you for your advice.
thank you. God
It was
bless you.
great talking to you. Bless you too.
Bye.
Bye.
So, guys, that's another episode of Ask Me Anything. How much love did you guys feel that? Like, I don't know if you guys are like in touch with that, like that sensitivity of those energies and vibrations, and you can just feel such a pure and beautiful soul, which is kind of a little bit trapped inside. It's like you gotta go out there, pass that love on, and always understand that love has your back. You don't need to worry about that. Love is a very, very powerful energy, and it created all of us. So when you got love, you don't need to worry about anything. Guys, I'm done here signing out. If you enjoyed this video or has been of any inspiration or use to you whatsoever, please do hit the thumbs up, hit the like button. Also, comment below. Let us know where you guys have tuned in from. It's always nice to know. And finally, if you're new to this channel, remember to hit that subscribe button and the notifications button next to it, because this year I'm dedicated to making daily videos to hold you accountable, to make it your best year yet. But for now, guys, ciao.